Hey everyone, welcome to the Coyote Country Lodge. This episode, we're gonna go over wind, how to work the wind, how to hunt the wind, to make sure that you're maximizing your success when you're out in the field. So this episode is brought to you by PredatorHuntingWorld.com. So what I mean by working the wind is having the wind in a direction that is favorable for you and not so much for the coyote. So an ideal setup is basically having the wind coming straight at you. It's called a headwind. Ideally, you're gonna want the sun behind you in that type of scenario. I mean, obviously having the sun behind you at all times is ideal. Sometimes when we're out there, that's not always the case for us and we have to compromise on the sun. But wind, you really gotta nail the wind if you wanna have success. So having a headwind coming at you, you put the call basically straight out in front of you and you're gonna basically have coyotes coming in from either sides of you or straight out in front of you. They're basically funneling right to you, right towards that call. Downwind is gonna be this little patch in between you and that call. So if they get into that point, they're definitely gonna probably be in shotgun range, which is perfect. So crosswinds, when you have a wind going right to left or left to right, either way, you're gonna put the call upwind, so the direction of the wind. Now, it depends on the terrain a little bit of where you're actually gonna put that call. Most of the time, I'll put it out, straight out in front of us, about 15 yards upwind. I don't wanna push it way upwind. I still want those coyotes to work down and hook around right in front of us. That's what I'm hoping for. So crosswinds, either right or left, call straight upwind a little bit, or just straight out and over just a hair, but upwind. Now, a wind that's quartering out, you can call winds that direction. So basically what I mean is the wind's kind of coming across your shoulder and pushing out. It's not going to be a wind that's pushing straight across you out into the area, because that is definitely a no-go zone. You're never gonna call a coyote in if you got the wind going downwind right out to them. So a quartering wind, you put the call still upwind, about the same as you would if you're working a crosswind, but you gotta realize that you're gonna have a much smaller area that a coyote's gonna come into and you're gonna still have success. So you gotta be really quick that if a coyote gets into that danger zone of right behind the call downwind section of that they're not gonna wind you and take off, but you still can get it done. So guys, remember, having the wind coming straight at you is ideal. Right to left is definitely doable, and you're gonna wanna do that crosswind on high wind situations. That I guess is one other thing I wanna mention, that if you have a strong wind, and I mean 20 miles an hour plus gusts, your sound's not gonna carry very far. The only way to push that sound out instead of pushing it into the wind is working a crosswind setup, so wind right to left and the call sound going across that straight out. It doesn't carry super far, but you can still definitely get it done. So make sure you got that wind coming at your face or kind of in your direction. Never have the wind coming from behind you pushing out. But do that, you're definitely gonna call in some coyotes and hopefully get them down on the ground. So guys, this episode is brought to you by PredatorHuntingWorld.com, the official store for Coyote Country gear, apparel, shirts, hats, all that good stuff. Also, if you want to connect with us online, social media-wise, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, it's Coyote Country TV for all three of those. Or if you just want more information about our show, Coyote Country, which airs on the Pursuit Channel, our website is coyotecountry.tv. Remember, it is always better being out in the field than it is sitting home on the couch.